My father-in-law offered me $100,000 to divorce his daughter. I took the check and pulled it out at Thanksgiving dinner. My father-in-law slid an envelope across his mahogany desk and told me to name my price. Inside was a cashier's check for $100,000, already made out in my name. That should be more than enough for someone in your situation, Gerald said, adjusting his cufflinks. He'd never liked me. From the day I started dating his daughter Mia, I was the wrong guy. Wrong zip code, wrong tax bracket. I'm a high school shop teacher from Bridgeport. Gerald runs a hedge fund in Greenwich. The 40-minute drive between those towns might as well be a canyon. Mia and I met at a farmer's market 3 years ago. She was buying heirloom tomatoes. I told her those were terrible for sauce, too watery. She laughed and asked what I'd recommend. We talked for 45 minutes and her ice cream melted in her bag. Gerald ran a background check by date 4. By date 6, he invited me to his office. What do you bring to the table exactly? What's your 5-year financial plan? I told him I bring happiness. He looked at me like I'd spoken a foreign language. The wedding was a war. Gerald tried to cancel it. When that failed, he refused to pay. Fine. We got married at the courthouse with 12 people and a sheet cake from the Italian bakery on Main Street. Best day of my life. But he never stopped. Every holiday was another campaign. He'd compare me to Mia's ex Brandon, a surgeon at Yale New Haven. Brandon just bought a place in Westport, 4 bedrooms. Isn't that wonderful? Mia's mother Diane was worse in quieter ways. She'd buy Mia expensive dresses for when you attend real events. Mailed us Architectural Digest with houses circled in red. Once gave Mia a book called Marrying Well as a birthday gift. Mia was already married. To me, I took it all. Every backhanded comment. Every Christmas where my gift was a career counseling gift card. Because Mia was worth it. She defended me every time, and every time it cost her a piece of her family. Then, 6 weeks ago, Gerald called. Important family matter. When I arrived, the envelope was waiting. Take this and file for divorce. Quietly. You walk away, Mia moves on. Everyone's happier. I stared at the check. More money than I'd see in 2 years of teaching. She'll thank me eventually. And honestly, son, you should too. I asked if Mia knew. He smiled. This is between men. I folded the check, slipped it in my jacket, and told Gerald I'd think about it. His eyes lit up. He shook my hand. For 3 weeks, I acted normal, went to work, kissed my wife, fixed the leaky faucet, graded papers while she read on the couch with her feet in my lap. Our life. Gerald texted twice. Have you decided? Then the offer won't last forever. Thanksgiving arrived. Gerald and Diane hosted as always. Crystal glasses, cloth napkins, caterer in the kitchen. Gerald at the head of the table radiating patriarch energy. After the toast, during that comfortable silence when everyone's cutting turkey, I stood up. I'd like to say something. Gerald smiled, probably expecting some humble speech about gratitude. 6 weeks ago, your father invited me to his office. I looked at Mia. He handed me a check for $100,000 and asked me to divorce you quietly. The table froze. Forks midair. Diane's wine glass tilted. Mia's cousin dropped a dinner roll. Gerald went white. That's not, you're twisting my words. I pulled the check from my jacket and placed it next to the cranberry sauce. Made out to me, signed by you, dated October 9th. Mia picked it up, hands steady, eyes volcanic. You tried to buy off my husband? Sweetheart, I was protecting you. He doesn't. He doesn't what, Dad? Mia's voice was ice. Doesn't love me? Doesn't show up every day? Doesn't hold me when I cry because my own parents refuse to accept my choices? Diane reached for her arm. Honey, your father wants what's best. Mia pulled away. You gave me a book about choosing the right partner while I was already married to a good man who has never once made me feel like I wasn't enough. Gerald stood. This is a private family matter. You made it my business when you handed me that check, I said. Mia looked at her father with total clarity, like she was seeing him without the filter she'd worn her entire life. We're leaving. Don't call until you're ready to apologize to my husband. Not to me, to him. He followed us toward the door. Mia, be reasonable. She turned one last time. You offered $100,000 for my marriage. That tells me exactly what you think love is worth. We drove home in silence. Inside, Mia pulled the check from her purse. She'd taken it from the table, tore it to pieces over the kitchen trash, looked at me. You waited 3 weeks. I wanted you to hear it from me, and I wanted him to watch. She pressed her forehead into my chest. You're worth more than $100,000. I kissed the top of her head. I know, but the look on his face was priceless.